Well, unique to Cristo Rey is the Hire for Ed work-study program. All of the students work 5 days a month to underwrite over 50% of the cost of their education. Students work at 90 companies and nonprofit organizations throughout the Twin Cities. One of the first companies to employ Cristo Rey students was Dorsey & Whitney. It was Marlene Curtis, manager of support services at Dorsey & Whitney, who was presented with 4 14-year-old inexperienced students in September of 2007. Marlene has worked with some of Cristo Rey's most challenging students, and through her mentoring and support, they have become positive contributors to an emerging workforce. Marlene is here tonight with one of her current student workers, senior Raven Scott, to share with us how Cristo Rey's Hire for Ed program has impacted both of them.
Greetings. I've had the pleasure of managing the Cristo Rey Hire for Ed at Dorsey & Whitney. And it's amazing to watch these kids learn the task quickly and carry them through with a skill that astounds the other employees of the firm. The other employees have benefited from this program as well. We found that the work product of those employees is stronger, and supervisors and managers like me, have had not only something very special added to our lives, but we've had the ability to learn more through the wonderful sessions that Cristo Rey has put on during the year. It became evident to us how important this program is when we watched 2 of our senior workers graduate this year and enter college last fall. You could see the pride and the accomplishment on their faces, and there were lots of tears. So when someone says to me, "What do you think of the Cristo Rey program?" I talk. I'm very proud of this program, and I speak with great pride. I'm very proud of Dorsey & Whitney's involvement in this program, and I'm very proud of these students. Having said that, I have a young lady behind me who's one of our excellent student workers, Raven Scott. Raven's working in our tax, trust, and estate department this year. And she's also given us something to be very proud of. She is now president of the student body of Cristo Rey. I present to you, Raven Scott.
Thank you, Marlene. As you just heard, my name is Raven, and I'm a senior this year. I moved to Minnesota when I was 14 just so I could attend Cristo Rey. I knew my future would be completely different when I came here. I could be myself. I even liked the uniform, if you could believe that. Sadly, though, in my sophomore year, I had to move away from Cristo Rey in Minnesota for family reasons. I was devastated. I knew I had the potential to do great things, but I had no drive when I left here. Then, a miracle happened. Without mentioning any names, someone who works in this very building and his wife gave me the opportunity to move here again and to attend Cristo Rey again. These legal guardians are my guardian angels. They support me as a family while I go to achieve my goals. A career in law has always been of interest to me, so I'll tell you a little bit about my job at Dorsey. At my Hire for a job, Dorsey & Whitney, last year I closed cases. For those of you who aren't lawyers, that means that I inventory the cases and prepare them for storage. This year, I work in taxes and estates, as Marlene told you. By working at Dorsey, I know what I am in for when I become an attorney. I know now how much paper it takes to prepare a case. I know now how much teamwork it takes to bring a case to trial. And I know now how much I need to know for the day I begin my career in law. In many ways, my career in law has already begun at Dorsey. I want to say that my supervisor, Marlene, is really like my mom at work. I go to her office whenever I need to talk about life, home, work, anything. I value her opinion, and she gives me great advice for my life. She has been more than my supervisor. She has been my friend. Marlene has also provided me with a tutor who prepared me for the ACT exam. She even gave me homework. If there's one thing I could say to all of you guests tonight, is that I am extremely grateful for what you have done for us students. You have helped us prepare for our goals and achieve our goals. I know this sounds so cliche, but you are the ones who are making it possible for a student like me to go out into the world and to want to complete my goals. Where else would a student like me at age 14, knowing next to nothing about the corporate world, find the opportunity to work at a law firm? Thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk to you guys tonight. Here to talk to you about the next step in the Cristo Rey journey is one of our graduates from 2011, Fuad Muhammad.
Just one moment. Paper difficulties. Hello, assalamu alaikum, peace to each of you. I am Fuad Muhammad, one of the trailblazers from the Cristo Rey Jesuit High School class of 2011. And as of right now, 3 weeks into my college career, I have a 4.0 GPA. Across the river at the University of St. Thomas. Well, at least until my philosophy professor returns the paper, which I stayed up until 2 a.m. writing last week. Not sure I'm going to get an A on that one. My first memorable experience at college was move-in day, and boy, let me tell you how surprised my father and I were about the workout. Lugging a leather couch up 4 flights of stairs in Cretan Hall, only to find out that there was an elevator we didn't know about. But thank you, Abba, for the heavy lifting. Many people are already asking me what I want to major in. My favorite answer is, I'm not undecided as in clueless, but I'm still deciding. Actually, I'm considering a double major in finance and English. I'm sure that this raises an alarm for Mr. McDevitt and Miss Healy, my math and English teachers at Cristo Rey, because of my tendency to complain about each of those 2 subjects. In addition to 5 classes, the multicultural student organization, and 2 intramural clubs, soccer and I'm trying lacrosse, I continue the tradition of working my way through school. 15 hours a week at M&I Bank next door on Lake Street, where I started the week after graduation. At St. Thomas, I am in the minority, culturally speaking. But as a Cristo Rey graduate, coming from a school environment filled with diversity, I learned to appreciate people for their different perspectives on life. This unique skill did not just come from my studies. Instead, it evolved daily through the careful observations of individuals who recognize and adapt to cultural differences every day. The Cristo Rey Jesuit High School staff and teachers, to whom I and my family are so grateful. I think I can speak on behalf of the class of 2011 when I say this: trust the motto. This is a school that works. It works for families and young people, opening doors far beyond what most can imagine when they start here. In my case, beyond a high school diploma and an excellent start in college. Cristo Rey has provided me with a level of awareness and self-confidence that I wouldn't have achieved elsewhere. Fantastic job experience for someone my age, and why deny it? Connections. Connections in the business world and even among the Jesuits. Not too bad for the second son of an immigrant family from Somalia, right? Thank you all for being here tonight.